Welcome to the We Got You Mama Show. I am so excited you joined us today because today on the podcast, I'm joined by the incredible Sarah Parise, a personal trainer, wellness coach, business owner, a devoted mom who is passionate about helping women feel their best in every season of motherhood. Does that sound a little familiar? She's right. She's right up our alley. Sarah's journey into this work was deeply personal. After becoming a mom, she faced the very real challenges of postpartum depression, anxiety, and overwhelming mom guilt while trying to balance it all and put herself last. What was supposed to be a dream season also became one of the hardest seasons of her life. So instead of staying stuck, Sarah chose to transform her pain into purpose. She began focusing on simple, realistic habits that supported her health, energy, and mindset without chasing perfection. And that journey inspired her mission to help other moms do the same. Today, Sarah is known for her extraordinary commitment to empowering mothers around the world to feel stronger, more confident, and more balanced so they can show up fully for themselves. You see, I put themselves first. They show up for themselves and their families. So through sustainable fitness, realistic nutrition, I like that word, realistic nutrition, accountability, and support, Sarah helps moms create more great days without burnout or overwhelm. And because Sarah believes when moms feel their best, everything around them gets better. And cheers to that. It's so true.
Thank you so much for having me on, Carly.
Welcome. If there's anything you wanted to add or anything I missed, I'm so excited to have you today.
No, thank you for that warm welcome.
So tell me about all the things. So Sarah and I connected recently, and we both kind of come from that, not kind of like we do, that health and wellness trainer space, right? And I think we finally came to the conclusion, like there's got to be a better way and a more expansive way to touch more moms, like yes, locally, of course, but also globally. So tell me about your business and the transition into it. And she used to live out here by me, and then now she's on the other side. Not the world. She's on the other side of the States. So yeah, tell us a little bit about your journey, about your story, and how you got here.
Yeah, it's been definitely journey is the word. I've been in the personal training space for 21 years. And I think commonly people hear personal trainer and they think workouts in a gym, which is great, that's what I used to do until I became a mom and my world got flipped upside down, which you talked about in the intro. I had all the things, all undiagnosed also, by the way, like postpartum depression, anxiety, rage. That was a fun one that no one ever talks about. Postpartum rage of like losing your sense of identity and not knowing where you belong in this world with this new child that you've been hoping and praying for. And at the same time wondering, I don't know if I can do this. Yeah. So I did. I shifted my dark journey through that whole season of life into working with moms now in the, I say postnatal phase, but people hear postnatal and they think, oh, 6 to 8 weeks postpartum. And I'm like, oh no, you're like always postpartum. You like become a mom.
Had a baby? Postpartum.
There you go. Postpartum. Still a grandma, still a mom. There you are. Postpartum. So my daughter will be 10 in this fall, which is insane to even think about that I'll have a double-digit girl living in my house that I gave birth to. Blows my mind all the time. Yeah. And I just really took this whole idea of a 2% concept of 2% of the day has to go back to you, which is 28 minutes if you're a math person. And it doesn't have to be done all at once. And you can sprinkle it out through the course of the day. And it can look very different for different people. So I work, yes, in the personal training space, the physical, but most of my workouts I do for my own mental health. And my clients feel the same. Yeah. That it's great to feel strong in your body, but it's also a good sanity saver when things are tough to be able to do it. Because usually your workouts are the first thing to go. We get busy. You don't do that walk. You don't go to that yoga class. It's the first thing that drops. And in those seasons, though, that's what you need the most. Right. Because you need that support for your mental and your emotional health. So now I work in a 90-day container with moms, that physical, mental, and emotional health side of things, and the nutrition piece. Just really I tacked on the nutrition a handful of years ago because I just wanted to take that decision fatigue off of what's for dinner, that like 5 o'clock question, just take it away. And now here's what I hand you. And here's what's for dinner. You know what's for dinner every single night of the week if you want it. Got it. Don't have to think about it. And then I also recently launched my membership, just a even more doable way to carve out that 2%. kind of a month-to-month situation. We kind of focus on one, I call it like a ritual reset. This month was our morning ritual reset, and it's 10 minutes. It's not like this whole drawn out, no one's got hours to put all the pieces and parts together, and it looks differently for every single mom. So it's ever changing.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I would probably say like the last few episodes I've recorded have been talking about this, like how important the morning is. Like in people in different fields and doing different things, like, oh no, but the morning. And I'm like, tell me about the morning. And it ranges, depending on the person, right? Like you said, but how important waking up our brains, like how we wake up our brains and our bodies, and how quick we are to roll over to our phone or to social media or to, check the to-do list or email, or just, bust out. And I was telling Sarah how this morning my phone did not, the charger decided not to charge. And so my phone was dead when I was supposed to get up at like 4:30 in the morning, take my son to his 6th grade trip, and catch a flight. And so my morning was not great. And it throws you off, like a tearing out of bed. Like, the sun's not supposed to be up. Yeah, I'm supposed to be up before the sun. And I'm like, get up. He gets frightened because I'm like in his face. I'm like, get up. He's like, whoa, why did you do this to me? Why are we late? And some mornings can feel like that every day if we're behind. Don't have a plan in place. What's like your favorite morning routine that you think most moms have really attached to and made it a habit and have found like success with it? I know some people are like, oh, I do like, these morning stretches while in bed. You don't even have to get out yet, or like a morning, meditation where they just have it and they press play and that's how they start to feel grounded. What's one of your favorite things?
The key, I think, is just keeping it simple. And you don't have to be a morning person to have a morning ritual. I fight this all the time, that moms are like, well, I'm not a morning person. I'm like, I'm not asking you to get up at 5 a.m. You don't have to do that. Right. So my morning ritual in the morning is whether I wake up naturally or I wake up to an alarm, I do lay there and I just breathe deeply for at least 3 breaths. Sometimes it's longer. Sometimes I feel like I need a little bit more of a wake up, but just bring one hand to my heart, one hand to my belly, and 3 deep breaths before I even put my feet on the floor. It kind of grounds me and reminds me like I matter too. I get to count. I get to take care of myself. And then I put my feet on the floor, and I lay out my clothes the night before, regardless of what I'm doing, whether I'm just going down to make lunches or I'm going for a walk or to work out. I scoop up my pile of clothes and bring it downstairs and start the day with a huge glass of ice water. 1, wakes me up. 2, I kind of preset that day with a little hydration. I take my thyroid medicine because it's one thing that I cannot forget. I have Hashimoto's, so have to take my meds in the morning. And then I have a 5-minute journal. And that's what it's called, a 5-minute journal. And it has prompts because no one wants to see me free write. And it tells me a prompt for the day. And I do a little prompt for the day. What would make today a great day? And there's an AM section and a PM section. So I kind of bookend my day with the 5-minute journal in the morning and then at night. And then after the journal, I usually do a workout. That's usually the time I get in my workout and move my body if it's not pre-scheduled for the rest of the day. But I will say, if you get it done first thing, there's a way higher chance of it actually happening than it getting canceled at lunchtime or getting canceled after school. Or
true.
I love people that can work out at night. I'm just not one of those people because I feel like there's a lot of other things that could come up at that time. So yeah, 10 minutes and then my workout, and it's simple. So I think people latch on to the simplicity of it, and then you can fill in the blanks of what works for you. Some people do like to do a meditation. I have one client that just told me that she likes to start the day reading for 30 minutes, which is amazing for her. If I read for 30 minutes, I'd be right back to sleep, but it really works for her.
Yeah. Even if someone read to me, even if I stuck in an Audible or something, I would probably still pass out again. Yes.
I would fall back asleep. Even if I physically got out of bed and went downstairs because she goes out on her porch to read, I feel like it'd be too easy to set my head back and just get a little more sleep. But the importance is to find something that works for you and then not be afraid to change it. So that's what this week was all about, of like talking to moms about what do you do first thing in the morning? What do you enjoy? Because you want to make sure it brings you joy first thing. And then if it doesn't, if it's causing you stress and overwhelm, then you're not doing the right thing for you. And it's okay to change it, tweak it. And it's going to change throughout time at every age and stage of motherhood, depending how old your kids are.
Yeah. I love that you call it the 2% club, and that math equals, would you say 28 minutes?
28 minutes. Yeah.
Of your day. And there has been some significant research around like what women, specifically mothers, busy mothers, need to reset, to even just have improved mental health. And it is like 30 minutes. Like we don't require, I mean, it would be nice. Don't get me wrong. I'll take the full Saturday, but like to have that 30 minutes back to like fully, like not also be multitasking all these other things, but to do you and what's going to make you feel good, right? Moving your body, doing things that benefit, your body and your brain. And what a huge difference that makes. 'Cause it all compiles, right? Which I think is really important, really, really awesome. And and then just the 2%. I mean, because you're about the 1% club. It's so smart and clever, Sarah.
Thank you. I appreciate you. It was honestly a sweet spot for me. Like that's when I noticed like 10 minutes just wasn't enough.
No,
to feel better. Like a 10-minute walk feels great, but that can't be the only thing that I do throughout the course of the day. So that 2% really hit the sweet spot. And I did just find a study that they find that mothers usually have 17 minutes of uninterrupted time, like at a chunk. So you do, when I say you can sprinkle it throughout the course of the day, some people have to.
Yeah.
If you're surrounded by children all day, you do not have that uninterrupted time. And I always say self-care does not have to be done by yourself. Your workouts do not have to be done by yourself. Eating a healthy lunch doesn't have to be done alone. And yes, a whole spa day on a Saturday would be lovely, but we're not doing that often. So you got to lean into what you do have.
What does the realistic food guidance look like? Like if a mom's thinking about joining the program, they're like, okay, so what am I really going to be eating? How spelled out is it for me? I believe strongly in online coaching and grasping, whoever resonates with you and bringing them into your village. I hired a trainer out of like Manchester, England, because I was like, because when she yells at me, it'll be like in an accent, and
you'll enjoy that more.
I love it so much. No, that's not. Because she inspired me, right? And I was my dream to go and travel more. And she does these like fitness photo shoots. And I was like, that's like a goal to like go with a bunch of other women and do and it sounded so inspiring. And so I put it like like 9 months out to where like, I'm going to gift myself a trip to Europe. No one knows about this but you right now, but I'm going to throw it out there for accountability and like do this shoot and see these women all in their strength that have like worked really hard in following their, their protein goals and their strength goals. And, it's a very healthy environment. It's not about losing weight. It's just about like feeling good and feeling strong. And so that was something I set out to do. And so I love this, yes, in person, 100% all the time, but also an online space can feel super safe, right? Where, I can like submit my pictures and my measurements or whatever as like accountability. And I know it just goes to them. So what does that sort of like that, and we're never going to say diet plan, that food guidance, right? And that built-in accountability sort of look like? I remember when you and I were talking the other day, the program I used to coach was like, you spend a week on this and that's all we're going to focus on this week. And it was so, you hear 90 days and you're like, I don't know, that sounds a little, you know what I mean? But when you go and focus on little thing by little things, that habit stacking really like, man, changer.
Yeah, the habit stacking, and then it just continues to snowball. So like what the meal plan looks like is for like this month, we're doing a low histamine. So to kind of like anti-inflammatory, combat all those allergies and all the things that come along with allergies. And in the club, I give you 10 recipes to try throughout the course of the month. It was kind of the sweet spot. When we did the beta test, I gave everyone every breakfast, every lunch, every dinner. Immediately, moms were like, absolutely not. I'm never going to get through this. I want something doable. So we started to scale back, and then we landed at 5 breakfast, 5 lunch, and 5 dinner in this category. So the last month was anti-inflammatory in general, and now we're doing a lower histamine one. And it's easy. They're like, I say right around 8 ingredients or less, no more than 20 minutes. And these are quick, family-friendly things. I will not guarantee you that your kids will eat everything. I have the world's pickiest eaters, but it's not like you're not going to buy an ingredient that you're never going to use again.
Sure.
So it's stuff you already have in the house or stuff that's easy to have in the house that you're going to repeat use. And I think the best part about it is that I give you your grocery list. So there's no like, what am I going to need? Here it is.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you need. It's a one-page kind of thing. Once again, that decision fatigue of like, here's what I need this month, or here's what I need for this week to make these recipes, and keeping it really, really simple. And the next one we're doing is because Maycember's coming with all of the things in May, and it's make meals ahead of time. So it's the whole focus of the meal plan is what you can prep ahead of time for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's a grab and go situation. It's a grab and go month. A lot of people are wrapping up school. You have all the things ending, and it's just every night is something when you have kids that are involved in things. So we're leaning into control what you can control. Is every meal going to be perfect? No. Like you said, I don't talk weight loss. If you want to lose weight, it can be a pleasant side effect of taking care of yourself, but it's not the focus is definitely not on the scale. The focus is energy. The focus is loving the way you look and feel in your body. I love your plan to go to Europe to do a photo shoot at the end of this. That's amazing.
Like I could really easily schedule one here and whatever, you know what I mean? But I was like, why don't I make it like a big deal? Like, because it's like, oh, that's a big deal. And that's an investment, right? I mean, the investment isn't that large with her, monthly thing. And I would be part of the 2% club, you guys too, but I just met Sarah like last week. So
we've known each other for 96 hours. So we're going to get her in.
I will 100% because I am all about every single thing that she teaches. And, but yeah, when you just, not necessarily like higher stakes, I don't feel like that's the wrong word, but like a celebration. We don't celebrate ourselves enough, even in the little things, you know what I mean? Like I got off track for a while and then I got back on track, and she's there to like cheerlead me. And like, what else? Cheerlead me. Does that?
I like that. It's a verb.
Right? Cheerlead me. She's there to be my cheerleader and root me on and also hold me accountable, but also like as, someone who understands that life gets in the way, sickness happens and all that. All that kind of stuff. And so her current group is out doing a shoot like this week. And so and so it kind of reminds you of like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that in the fall. And other doors will start to open up once you kind of commit to something. I don't know if you see this just in life, and this is maybe a little tangenty, but I was like, I want to travel more. I've been connecting more with women in businesses. Like my publisher is out of Australia. And so I have a whole thing that I want to do out there. And then, but my friend just booked a Broadway gig or something in England. Like she's staying there, like over there. And I was like, well, I'm coming to see you, of course. And I was like, and I could do my fitness photo shoot. It feels really far away because I'm a long way from, where I want to be. But man, you need a village, right?
No, you need a celebration. So every Friday in the group, we do celebrate. We celebrate our wins on Fridays. And I say big or small, we love them all. Like sometimes it's just a 5-minute walk after lunch that you normally wouldn't take. But now that you're changing your intention to focusing a little bit on yourself, that you're going on that 5-minute walk. That's a huge celebration.
Yeah.
Like that's what those are the things we should celebrate. Because as moms, when do we get to celebrate each other?
We have to high five each other. We have to high five ourselves. I remember when I was teaching my group fitness classes, I'd be like, no, literally give yourself a pat on the back. Let me see it. You know what I mean? Because it also does something in our brain, right? Like giving us our little rewards and our high fives. That's why sometimes, people who are list makers, that actual cross off the list, like it builds us up, that, feeds us those positive chemicals to our brain that makes us want to do it again. Right. Because it's a positive experience. Tell us a little bit about your fun strength building workouts. I like how when Sarah says she keeps it simple, like it isn't like some crazy, you need like 20 pieces of equipment, right? Like you keep it simple. Like there's so much you can do with just your body weight, with just you in the computer and the living room amongst, community of other moms that are also doing the same workout. So tell us a little bit about what your workouts look like.
So the one I did this morning, I held water bottles just in case you don't have weights. So I have these water bottles that there's a ton of them and you fill them up with water and they're weighted enough. And I say, you need this much space. I know you can't see all my arms because they're very long, but you just need as much space as you take up and 2 weighted objects today for the workout. That's it. we don't need bands. We don't need TRX. We don't need a ball. Those things are great to incorporate in other workouts, but I
Yeah.
want to make it accessible for everyone. So you don't
Yeah.
even need to get weights. You don't even need a yoga mat.
Mm.
All I say that you need a water bottle and you need a good sports bra. Those are the only two things that are required.
Right. Support the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Support the ladies. Do you have any recommendations on great sports bras for moms? Like I remember I did like a whole thing with my last business on that in the newsletter. And I should revisit that.
It's complete personal preference. I have found great supportive ones at like TJ Maxx and Marshalls.
Yeah.
The latest one that I just got, Athleta, has like a little bit of a longer one now. I think it's made to be a shirt, but I'm pretty tall, so I won't wear it as a shirt, but I like a little bit of a longer.
Like this is not a crop top. This is a bra.
This is just a little bit of a longer bra. Very comfortable, very supportive. And I encourage moms, especially if you haven't gotten a new sports bra since you become a mother, you deserve a new sports bra and you need a different layer of support, regardless of how big or small you are.
Right. And don't wait until like, oh, they're going to shrink because I'm going to be done breastfeeding. Like you support the ladies where they're at now. I found, I don't know if it's through Third Love or maybe I'll find it and post it in the show notes. And it's for high impact, but it was like the ones that zip. So you don't have to like, because I will literally get like a neck cramp when I'm trying to take off like a really tight sports bra, but it's one that, you zip and then you can strap here and then pull the straps tighter here so that I can also feel like I can wear it throughout the day and I can loosen stuff. Right. And then if I'm doing any sort of a higher impact, workout or something in a segment of my day, like I could tighten the ladies up and like be ready to go. But there's something nice about, a bra that's versatile.
I like that. And I do enjoy one, especially if you struggle to get it over your head and your shoulders and around your body to do a zipper one.
Yeah. Yeah. There's, and I've noticed lately that, sorry for young moms, but like your boobs will still fluctuate based on like hormones and stuff. Right. So like, I was like, oh yeah, I'm so great. Like, yeah, maybe they're a little low hanging, but whatever. Like I'm not as, robust as they used to. I was totally great with that. And then like with hormones and I had to up my estrogen to counteract, this super fun perimenopause stuff going on. And then they got big again. And I was like, but why? But, and so then I had to, reshop and you have to support the ladies. So I love that. So you need water, you need, water bottles, canned goods, something to, use as a weight. And then about how long are your recorded classes?
Everything's less than 28 minutes. So they usually hover between 20 and 24 to give you a little bit of time before and after, but nothing's more than 28 minutes.
Awesome.
Tons of variety, usually total body. We very rarely focus on like, we're not doing back and buys. We're not doing like chest and tries. It's a full body workout. So if it's the only thing you do that week, it's great. You get the whole thing put in.
Yeah, I would, I'd always tell my mamas, I'm like, we don't have time for leg day. We're doing a whole body workout, right?
And then just a ton of core sprinkled in throughout. So my 90-day program, I worked with a pelvic floor therapist with all of the moves to just make sure that we're training our pelvic floor to stay where it is and support us where we need to support us, because no one, hear me loud and clear, should be peeing their pants. This is not a normal thing. We shouldn't be leaking. If you are leaking, please talk to your doctors, talk to a pelvic floor therapist and get that fixed. You deserve so much better. You deserve to be able to go to a trampoline park with your kids.
Yeah, no, it's 100% true. Like I have a whole comedy bit that I just tried out this last Friday on that exact thing that involves.
It's amazing.
And it involves peeing my pants. Yeah. It involves peeing my pants in someone else's pants because I was on a photo shoot. And so they were literally like the wardrobe stylist designer pants. And I submitted that writing piece to Experiencing Motherhood. If you guys haven't checked out Experiencing Motherhood, I'm going to have the founder of that on the show soon too. But we're doing a show 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of May. So just in a couple weeks, and we share about all the experiences that we have in motherhood. And it's a topic that's not talked about a lot, right? I didn't even know what a pelvic floor therapist was. Not with any of my kids, I don't think. But my youngest she'll be 10 in the fall. And the just awareness alone of don't normalize this. Just don't normalize it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I grew up normalizing peeing pants, right? My mom did. She was like, I can't ever jump on the trampoline with you. I will pee my pants. And so I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that sucks. I don't ever want to do that or be that or have that problem. And yet it was
Mm-hmm.
just normalized. Like, oh, my aunts, everyone refused. Like, we cannot
Oh,
jump.
yeah. And you cannot laugh and you cannot sneeze and you cannot do all these things because you'll pee your pants. No, you just need a stronger pelvic floor.
Yeah.
So that's what all of my strength training programs are kind of rooted in, the strong pelvic floor and the strong core, and rebuilding it in a way so it functions for us through motherhood.
Functions for us through motherhood, because those things can shift. I've noticed even through perimenopause, it's been shifting, and I've had to go back to some of those.
100%.
I thought like, oh, I'm healed, I'm good. And all of a sudden I'm leaking again. And I'm like, what? I'm in my mid 40s. I'm done, have been done for over a decade. Like, what is happening? But those hormones exist everywhere in our body. Right. And within the pelvic floor, it holds our bladder. And I'm not going to talk more about it. We have Lindsay, her episode I think will be out soon, but she talks more about how much the hormones touch everything. And before, you can start leaking again, but you just can go back to those basics and re-strengthen.
Absolutely. And no shame in going back to your pelvic floor therapist. I went back about a year and a half ago. I was having some other issues and I was like, let's do a little maintenance. Let's do a little tune-up.
Yeah, let's tune up.
Like you don't go to the dentist one time to have your teeth straightened. Like it's a little maintenance.
Yeah. You got to keep going. I also want to make sure everyone knows that like most trainers, I would say most, I don't know, maybe you could correct me, don't necessarily know how to train a newly postpartum, or let's say, I would say women in general, at least male trainers.
You can say that. I've met one in my 21 years, who had his pre and postnatal certification and really took the time to learn. And he's amazing. He's in New York City, and he's the only one that I've ever met. But I see men training women all the time. And I don't know what it is about box jumps, but it triggers me that you have these new mamas, you're jumping up on a box, inevitably someone's scraping their shin or landing on their forearms. And I'm like, we have to think of, is the benefit outweighing the cost in this situation?
Right.
And the answer to box jumps is no. When in your real life are you going to need to jump on a box?
When are you going to need to have like just major hops? Like,
I mean, those days are behind us. Let's be honest. There's some things that we have hope for the future, but we do not need that now.
But if it is a goal of yours, there is a way to get there safely. If you're like, I want to like do a 5-foot box jump someday because that's a goal of mine. Awesome.
Fantastic.
I think you can. And I would, advocate for you to do that and accomplish that, but know that there is a journey to get there and do it safely. Right.
And it is not all mental. I've heard that ring at the gym as well. It's all mental. No, it's not. There is a physical component to jumping the height of your waist on a box.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of strength involved. There's a lot of skill involved.
A lot of coordination involved.
And yes, your brain has to be like, on track too. But I remember my last CrossFit class, like, I don't know, 7 years ago or something. I was like, I'm going to take this box over here. And everyone else was doing, these huge ones. And sometimes you just have to do you know what I mean? And don't compare yourself to others. You might still love the class. You might still love the people. But I think really being informed, like taking your classes, right? Being informed of what you should be doing for your body so that you don't get prolapse, so that you can, gain strength properly in the correct form. I've had moms come to me where their DR, right, their separation of their abs is way worse because they came from a gym or a trainer who had them just full on crunches and planks and like all sorts of things that will make it worse and make that gap widen. And so then we had to, not slowly, but like consistently work through bringing that back together in a proper way, because there's proper training behind that. But once you learn those things, you can take those skills that you learn, right, and adapt them to all your workouts, because not every place you go are going to give you that modification. So I think it's also really important for us to educate ourselves, right? And then you can also, like, help out the mama beside you in a group fitness class, or right, the more you know, the more you can spread and empower other moms to like do things in a correct manner to help, protect.
And it's powerful. A lot of people take it as a modification to make it easier. And I'm like, no, that might just be the right way that your body needs to be aligned to not have that separation, especially of those abdominal muscles, which is so common when women jump back into exercise and are just going for their power or their strength. And they're just training it to be strong, but apart. And we got to knit it back together after becoming a mom. And I always tell people, you got to listen to your body. Your body's very smart. You'll know when you're just taking it easy or when it does not feel right. And if it doesn't feel right, and if you're taking an in-person class and the person doesn't offer a modification, ask after. So when you see this move again, that you'll be able to modify it in a way that's strong for your body.
Yeah. I remember like a circuit class, and we were like, I don't know, supposed to be doing jump roping or something like that. And he goes, Carly, why aren't you jumping? And I looked at him and I go, because I'm peeing my pants. This young, didn't know what to do with that. And I'm like, I just had a baby 6 months ago. And like, he had no idea. He had no idea what to even like offer me as like, well, maybe you should, I don't because I made him super uncomfortable, which, I'm okay with that. Because he probably won't forget it. He'll probably remember like, oh my gosh, new moms, women, this might happen. You know what I mean? And so I wanted to have a little bit of shock value for him. Not to embarrass him. I'm the one that peed. Like, come on. But also like speak up, you know what I mean? And let people know that are trainers that are, because if they're a good trainer, if they're a good instructor, they're going to adapt, right? And they're going to take that in. And I love a couple of your testimonials that you have, because I will do a testimonial, but I haven't taken all the things yet, but I thought it would be cool to hear, for what other moms have felt. And I liked Anna, who's from Denver, and she was saying that how adaptable the program felt. And she was like, she says, full of kid-friendly recipes. It's not, rigid like you might see often. And so it works, right? Because you're not feeling like you're completely changing your entire life around overnight. She said this in particular has made a big difference in terms of mentality and feeling like, hey, I can maintain this well beyond the 12 weeks. I have the power to take care of myself in multiple different areas of my life without feeling guilty about it. And I've lost 15 pounds. So that was like her tack on, right? Like, and it was great. I got to take care of myself and not feel guilty about it. I think the mom guilt, we just need to try our best to erase that, and really, really empower ourselves to take your 2%, ladies, take that 2%. Another gal, Zoe from Maryland, said she's a busy mom of 2 and she's a stay-at-home mom, and she found it difficult, right? You're surrounded by 2 littles all the time. Found it difficult to find the time and energy and motivation to focus on herself. And so within a few weeks, right, following the program, sticking to it, she quickly changed all of that. And she discovered endless enthusiasm and positivity from the program, and it helped provide the support and guidance. She says it helped support the support and guidance I needed to get myself back to where I wanted to be and how to stay there. I think so often launch into these like quick fixes, like especially the like era of Ozempic and all the like frightening quick fixes that are out there that are actually like causing really horrendous side effects. Like I heard studies about it's causing blindness and like, oh my gosh. That you get to do this and then you get to maintain it. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, Sarah's going to get you on track, help you stay on track. And then you're going to be like, this is my lifestyle now. And it feels great. I have more energy. I feel better. body. I don't feel like we're here to get back to who we are. We're here to become, right? And I think you've designed a really cool, special space for people to not get back, but move forward and move forward in this, safe and fun and easy, maintainable way. They just got to latch on to a community and latch on to someone who knows what they're talking about.
And to make it really doable, because the goal is to stick. I mean, whether it's the membership or the 90-day program, like it's not like, okay, 90 days. All right, I'm done. I don't have to do anything anymore. Like I wish that was the case, but really to make it doable. So years out, like Anna, that was at least a couple years ago. She's now has 3 kids. She dealt with a lot of physical issues before. She had a lot of injuries she came in with, and we were able to modify all the exercises to fit what she needed. Yeah. I think that it was like the menu and the movement was just, she wasn't moving because she was in pain all the time.
Right.
She was in pain all the time and she kept trying to push through because she thought she had to get back to that like pre-baby, whatever that number was. And it was like, we actually need to retrain things because her hips shifted drastically during pregnancy and she was in pain doing a lot of things that used to be joyful for her. So we wanted to get her back to doing that joyful movement and really keeping it sustainable.
Yeah, sustainable is key. Otherwise, we give up, right? And in a world of quick fixes and people's attention span that this big, it's really easy to just pass on, to the next thing. But if you find a place where it resonates with you and it's easier to stick with it, right? Because it's all good people and it's all good things. And I mean, Sarah's been doing this forever. She knows her stuff, people. She knows her stuff.
True story. I love it.
She loves it and she knows it. You don't have to love it in the beginning, but you delve in, you'll actually learn to love it. And because your body's going to love it and your body's going to appreciate it and your mind's going to appreciate it. And I really love that you focus both on the mental as well as the physical, because they are one. They wouldn't be without each other. Tell us
the joy of just being able to help moms too, because it's like, yes, it benefits you as a mom, but it really helps your entire family. So this idea of like generational wellness, like your kids see you moving your body. They want to move their body. Yeah. You're controlling what you put in their mouths and into their menu. They're going to benefit from it. So this idea of like, yes, I get to help moms, but it also is that trickle down effect that I get to help entire families, which is amazing.
Yeah. And those families go out into the world and they change other families. And, my kids they're all like little athletes, right? And so they're really starting to grasp like what we put on our body is tied to like performance and energy. And how their brains function. And that's cool stuff to learn, even if you're not in that world. But, you enter your world and you start learning and applying. And it's really fun to teach your kids that stuff. It's like, and it's important, right? It's important. I'm not super rigid with their diet, but I am very I like to be educational about it. When my daughter was, and then I'm, rambling, but my daughter was like, I love the cheddar blasted goldfish. And I was like, where'd you get those? Like, I don't, try whatever you want to try. And she's like, oh, my friend had them at lunch and they're so good. Can we get some? I'm like, maybe like on a fun road trip or something. It sounds like fun road trip food, and she's like, why can't I have them in my lunch every day? And I was like, let's look at the ingredient list, and just starting to teach them about ingredients and not shaming them for wanting stuff, for trying stuff, but like and it's cool to see my older kids start to like look at labels and look at ingredient lists, and what makes my body feel good and what doesn't make my body feel good.
And realize that you don't have to cut it out all the time. Like I say, like my kids refer to it as vacation cereal. Yeah, like, can we get some vacation cereal? And that's like that's
always celebrity farms at grandma's. Like, why can't we? I'm like, it wouldn't be special.
Yeah, it wouldn't be special then. So it's funny to have like a 7 and 9-year-old being like, "Ooh, we're going to the beach for Mother's Day. Can we get some vacation cereal?" Absolutely. Right. That's a great place to have vacation cereal.
Yeah, because it's a treat, right? Yeah. And I think that's fun. I think there's fun and there's occasions for that, right? Just like all the things. And that's a fun way to kind of celebrate, but also not bring, shame around food, but more just education. And I think that's important too. I think depending on how you grew up, I feel like a lot of people in our generation have like a mom who'd shame their bodies a lot, right? And do like really intense diets and stuff like that. And I don't think I gained anything positive from that mindset.
I definitely did not gain anything positive. And that's why my whole mentality is now that you don't have to go to the gym for hours a day. You can still enjoy wine and chocolate. We don't cut anything. We don't cut like all of one thing out because you have to live. And I'm not going to stop eating ice cream anytime soon. So come join me.
No, it's not for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because again, not make you feel good. I love that. I love that so much. So you can find Sarah at sarahparise.com, and all her stuff will be in the show notes. And she's going to be our featured expert in this motherhood fitness space on our site. You did agree to that, right? Okay, cool.
I did.
So you can just go to wegotyouMama.com and find her there as well. But again, we'll list everything in the show notes. And would love for you guys to connect with her, get signed up for that container or just for the membership, and just start moving your body and feeling good again, and staying feeling good. I don't know if that was proper English or not, but let's all stay feeling good. That's what makes the world a better place. So we got you, mama. Sarah's got you, mama. And again, if this episode resonates with you, if you're like, hey, I want to join this 2% club, and you want to bring your friends along, like, please forward this episode to your mama friends, to whoever. And we've even had, Sarah and I were talking about like how it was like a mother and like a daughter, and we were talking about training older clients, like bring your mom along, bring your aunt along, like come train together. The more the merrier. So don't forget to check out, share the episode, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.